what is cloud and what is cloud computing. So today this is the agenda what we are going to study. So let me share my screen. Okay, so before we going to the cloud or cloud computing, let us first try to understand what will happen whenever we type any website. Okay, so today we will browse many websites, right? For example, flipkart.com. You can take flipkart.com or any website for that matter, or amazon.com. So I am entering a website known as amazon.com and I hit enter. So what's happening here? So I'm getting a web page. Okay, so this is basically is known as a web page. Okay, so from where do you think it is coming? Anybody having idea? So this is coming from a component called as a server. For example, let me draw whatever we just did. Let me draw here. So this is our laptop, and from my laptop I just enter Amazon, right? Amazon.com, or let me put it full name, www.amazon.com. So when I hit enter, I am getting a beautiful page. So what is happening here? So we are all connected to the internet. Okay, so think that this is the internet and you are all connected to internet. So because of the same internet, we are all connected here today, isn't it? So with the help of internet, it goes to the where this amazon.com website is hosted, and that component is called as a server. Okay, so what is that called as? It is known as a server. Okay, so the request will go here. Okay, and it says somebody is requesting for amazon.com, then the server will agree and the server will response back with the page. Okay, so this is what happening, and due to this we are getting this page. Any not only amazon.com, any website for that matter, this is what it will happen. Any website. Now where is this server? What is this server? Though the server will look like this. Let me show you. Okay. Server is nothing but it is just like our laptop and desktop. Okay. It will be something like this. If you observe this diagram, it is similar to our what is known as desktop. Earlier we have seen, right? So in desktop we used to have one monitor, then we have CPU, central processing unit. So where in the central processing unit we have CPU, that is yeah, and RAM, memory, right? And hard disk. You getting the concept? Guys, please pay attention to this concept. This is very basics, and if you understand this correctly, then you can easily understand cloud. Okay, so any operating system, or sorry, any laptop or any desktop will have these components. What are these components? Hard disk. Why hard disk? To store the data. Then CPU for compute power, for computation and calculations. Okay, and then RAM for memory, for a speed access of paging. So these components will be there. These three components is common in our laptop, desktop, and even in the server. So this server will also have these components. So what are those components? So let me write here. So CPU, RAM, hard disk, and NIC. that is network interface card. Okay, due to which we connect to the network, right? So network interface card. Okay, you're getting the concept. So all these components will be in the server. Okay, but next question is, so this server you are seeing, right? So these are of very high configuration. That is, their configuration will be from minimum 1632 GB, 64 GB to 768 GB. These are very, very expensive. Okay. So now let me show you one more diagram here. Okay. Because now I will take an example of my laptop. Okay. So if you see, let me show you. This is also one of the server. Okay. Let me just show here. Just a second. Just a second. If you check the properties of my laptop, it is having a 1 TB of hard disk, then and 16 GB of RAM. Okay, 16 GB of RAM, and I have almost 8 CPU. Okay, so this is the highest configuration. So for this alone, I have paid close to 1.5 lakh. Okay, because I needed this configuration. Correct. So starting, if you want to purchase anything, so if you go with the hardware, you need to invest. So similarly, even for servers, if you want to host anything, if you want to host any website like this, you need to buy a hardware like this. Okay. So if you check the cost, let me show you. Dell server, Dell PowerEdge. Yeah. If you check this, okay, this is just an example. So we have a Dell, HP. These are all the brand who are manufacturing these servers. So what is the cost here? 3,06,611. Correct? Isn't it? So before you start the business itself, okay, or before you host anything, you have to go with the investment. You have to go with the investment. So this is the first drawback of purchasing any or owning the hardware, isn't it? Suppose if you want to see, you can take an example of ourselves. Suppose we are a student. If you want to learn any online course, first and foremost you need to purchase what? Laptop, right? So server is also similar to our laptop. In order to do anything, you need to purchase the server. So same thing was with the companies. So any company who wanted to start a business like Amazon.com or Flipkart.com or eBay or any e-commerce, so they were, they were having the lot of investment in terms of money. Okay, so if you simply buy the laptop, will it be enough? No. So what and all it's required? Your laptop needs charging, correct? So similarly, server also need 24 bar 7 power supply. So let me write next. Okay. So this is just a component, but other components is 24 bar 7 power supply, isn't it? Because now I want to purchase something now. If I hit this and it says page is not available, then is it a good thing for business? No. If Amazon is down, then he will go with Flipkart, isn't it? If Amazon is down, he will go with Flipkart. It's a loss of business, isn't it? So similarly, we have the same capacity. So if there is no power supply, then it is a loss to the business. So every server requires a power supply. Then with power supply and all these components, will it be able to do all the things? You will be able to do only certain things. But what else you cannot do? You cannot connect to the internet. You cannot share information. You cannot download anything. You are just locally utilizing inside your home. You can open it. You can store some pictures, videos, notes. Then you can use it. If you want to be used in such a way that it is accessible from the outside, to the outside internet, then you must have a good internet connection, isn't it? See, because of internet connection, you all people have connected today. So without internet connection, you wouldn't have able to join this session, right? So same way we need internet connection. So minimum these things are very needed. Okay, and is it enough? If something happens to your laptop, then what happens? You need somewhere hardware engineer, right? Because you don't know. You are just a end user. So you need a hardware engineer even in case of any issues. Isn't it? So you need a hardware engineer for maintenance. You need a hardware engineer for maintenance. Then what else you need? Huh? Suppose, okay, now you have everything. Suddenly in your laptop hard disk crashed, then will you be able to turn on the laptop? No. So this is the main thing here. So if any one of the component fails, your entire server or laptop crashes. So these are the some of the drawbacks. And my friends, if you see here, this is the story of one server. Okay, and in companies with only one server, it will not be sufficient. So in a big company, you will have a data center where you will store these servers like this. Okay, if you see this diagram, you will understand. So this is a called as racks. Okay, so in the earlier days, companies used to invest lot of money. If you can see here in this diagram, let me open this diagram, I will show you. So this is called as a data center. Why data center? Because you will have stored the company's data. It can be related to its products, catalogs, then data, pricing. All the information will be stored as a data, right, in the server. So that is known as a data center, and they will store like this. And this is called as a server rack. Okay, and it is not easy to maintain this, because apart from these these components, it also need cooling. So if you see here, these are all cooling ducts. Okay, and if you can see, it requires a huge space to put all the servers together, right? So you need a cooling, you need a then as I said, 24 bar 7 power supply. And the power supply should be from minimum two cities, minimum. Or some data center will have power supply from three cities, isn't it? Because there might be a power issue at Bangalore. So we cannot say power failure and it is a loss to the business. So if there's a power failure in Bangalore, then we can get power supply from Tumkur. Or if there is a power supply at both Tumkur and Bangalore, where then we can get from Mysore. So this is the concept of data center. So It is a huge, huge investment, my friends. Huge investment. You getting the concept? So due to this reason, many companies cannot afford in the sense as it is very expensive. So we cannot afford. So even if I want, so I also have an idea. I also have an idea to start a business like Flipkart. So, but what is the challenge here? Main challenge is I need to set up all these things. Before I could start the business, I need to invest lakhs or crores of rupees. Okay. So that is for this reason, the new term was born known as cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing means you enjoy these services, whatever you enjoy. You want a server, yes, you can get it, but on rental basis. Okay. Imagine a situation. So, suppose you want a laptop. What is the first option? You purchase. What is the other option? You can go for rent. So you get the laptop immediately and you can take it on a rental basis. Say for example, on monthly. So monthly I will pay just 3000 or 1500, like that. It is just an example. Okay. Suppose you are not happy with the laptop. So you can return. 1 month you use, you return and take back another good laptop. For example, today I took Windows. If you are not happy, tomorrow you can take MacBook. If again you are not happy, you can take another configuration. So this is the benefit of going with rental. But if you purchase any either MacBook or Windows, once it comes out of showroom, then that's it. The value is gone. The value is gone. So same thing happen with the server also. And you can upgrade. Suppose you today you have taken 4 GB, tomorrow you can go with 8 GB. They are not going to tell you anything, isn't it? You just go to the shop, return the 8 GB laptop, you get 16 GB and you pay the rent. So same concept is being introduced here in the cloud computing. So cloud computing says, boss, you don't worry about these things. You don't worry about the investment for servers. You don't worry about setting up these things. Okay, setting up these things. We are there for you. Okay, you don't set up all these things. Okay, we are going to purchase these hardware components. We are going to provide 24 bar 7 power supply, internet connection. We have hired a hardware engineer for maintenance. Everything we have. But what what is the challenge? There is no challenge. So what we can leverage from cloud computing means we have to get these things on a service basis. So that is called cloud computing. So let me write here. So what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? It is a mechanism by which we get servers on rental basis with 0 rupees upfront cost. Okay, so 0 rupees upfront cost means we are not paying anything in the beginning, isn't it? You're getting the concept? You just open an account. You should have a good internet connection. Okay, and there will be a provider known as, let me write here. There will be a cloud provider. So let me write here. So you don't need to manage them now. Okay. So let me write cloud provider. Okay. So these people are managing the servers for you. Okay. And we'll come to the different types of cloud provider little later. But now just understand the concept. Okay. So there will be a cloud provider who are managing these things. What things? The server, the electricity, all those things. Okay. So these guys will be managing the server, and we will enjoy the servers whatever is required for us, right? So that is called cloud computing. It is a mechanism by which we get servers on rental basis. Okay. So another best example is you can take your this guy Zoom car. Okay. Let me just show you. Have you heard about Zoom cars? So what is Zoom car? So Zoom car is a car rental provider for you, because everybody will not have that much money to invest lakhs of rupees, because today if you want a good SUV you need to invest minimum 26 lakhs and above. Okay. But what is the purpose? You will be driving only weekly once or twice, but what about the rest of the days? It will sit idle. But Zoom, if you go with the Zoom car, you can pick any car. Like you can pick, XUV 500, you can pick BMW one day if you want. Okay. Then once you have done with the driving, and once you have done with the trip, you can return back to the Zoom car, and you are going to pay for the usage, that is 1 day, 2 days. That's it. So this is the concept. Same concept goes with the cloud computing. Meaning, just like Zoom car, there is a cloud provider. Okay, we'll talk about that. Like there is AWS. So we are going to focus on AWS. So along with AWS, there is Azure from Microsoft. AWS is from Amazon, and GCP is from Google. Okay, so these are just various cloud provider. Okay, so what is the benefit? So you are totally risk free as a business owner. You can just focus on your business, because you have an idea of flipkart.com, and you just focus on your business. Why you are worrying about this hardware investment? Okay, so you just open an account. You should have a good internet connection. You open an account with the cloud provider, just like we create any Gmail or Facebook account. You just create that, and once you are, and the beauty of this is 0 rupees, as I mentioned, right? 0 rupees upfront. Okay, you just create a free tier account, you enjoy our services, and after end of the month, you will get a monthly invoice or bill. So you have to pay it to the cloud provider. Similar to any other services we use, like Bescom, electricity, right? So that is the benefit of cloud computing. So one more time. So what is cloud computing? In a simpler words, it is a mechanism by which we get servers on rental basis with 0 rupees upfront cost. So upfront means in the beginning itself. Okay. Then why they call it cloud? Okay. So cloud means this is a symbol, right? Let me show you. So why they are calling cloud computing? The reason is very simple. They call cloud computing because, as I mentioned, you need to, manage the hardware, the electricity supply, and good internet connection, then cooling, everything. Okay, that is managed by someone else. and that is not visible to us. Okay, so that is why they call it as a cloud computing here. If you see here, for us to, so this is a typical diagram of a cloud. Okay, see, in any cloud computing you will have this, like you will have a storage, you will have network, you will have database, you will have identity, object storage. We will cover all this one by one in detail. Okay, just think that there will be a lot of components. Okay, but you will not be able to see the physical servers or cables, which is managed by some other person. So that is the reason they have named it as a cloud. And one more thing, the symbol of internet is cloud. So we access all the servers through internet. So due to these two reasons, we say it is cloud. That means it is hidden backside. We don't know what is the complexity. We just enjoy the services like this. So let me show you how a AWS console will look like. Okay, then you will probably understand. See, you just log in as if we are trying to log into any Gmail or whatever, Facebook. Okay, you should have your account, valid account. Okay, and you just log in. Okay, and you just log into the management console. So with the help of this web browser, you create any server. Okay, so to create server, you go here. Okay, if you are not understanding any steps, don't worry. We are going to have one complete session on how to create AWS account, what are other services. So this is a server. Okay, typically this is server. If you notice here, already one of the, see, one web page is already running here. Okay, this is a simple web page. See, you're getting the concept. Hmm? So, but you cannot see the server. You are just enjoying the benefit of cloud with this account. But you cannot see. So that is why it is known as a cloud computing. Is it clear? Any doubts? Okay, so this is the concept of cloud computing. So as I mentioned, we have various cloud providers. So let me write here. So we have from AWS, we have Azure from Microsoft, and we have GCP, and many other is there. Alibaba Cloud is there, DigitalOcean. So that is not a no, that is not our thing. So we are just focusing on one cloud provider, that is AWS. Is it clear regarding cloud computing? Yeah. So please now I will ask everyone to uh, ask questions. If there is a, you people are having any doubt, please ask me. Sandeep, Honnegowda, Deepak, please ask your doubts. Honnegowda, Sandeep,
Sir,
any doubt?
no, sir.
Are you sure?
Nothing. So some confused clouding, sir.
Yeah, you have to ask what is the confuse. That is the reason I am going very, very slow.
Okay, sir.
I have taken only one topic today. That is what is cloud computing. That's it. I have not gone further. So what is the confusion? You have to clear now itself. Ask doubt. If you simply sit, you will not learn. You have to ask your doubts. Whether it is silly, whether you are wrong or right, you have to keep asking. What about you, Sandeep? Deepak, what about you? You have any doubts?
Oh, I
No, no doubts. Sure.
no, yeah, I got this topic. We'll go through it once.
Hmm. What about you, Sandeep? You are not saying anything.
Understood. Understood, sir.
Vanagoda, what is your doubt? You said you are having confusion, right? Tell me. What is your
ಸರ್
confusion?
ಇದು ಕ್ಲೌಡಿಂಗ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾನ ಅಮೆಜಾನ್ ಈಗ ಅವ್ರು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅದು ಕಾಸ್ಟಬಲ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಸರ್?
ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ.
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್,
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್
ಅದೇ ಸರ್.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕಟ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಬೆಸ್ಕಾಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನ? ಬೆಸ್ಕಾಮ ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದು? ನಿಮ್ ತುಮಕೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ?
ಬೆಸ್ಕಾಮ ಸರ್.
ಹಾ, ಸೊ ಬೆಸ್ಕಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಹಾ,
ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಮೌಂಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು.
ಸೇಮ್. ಇದು ಸೇಮೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್,
ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ. ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 1 ಇಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಟೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ
ಓಕೆ
ಫ್ರೀ
ಸರ್.
ಟೈರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಿನ್ನೂ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗೆ
ಓಕೆ
ಬಂದೇ
ಓಕೆ
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಸರ್.
ಸೊ 1 ಇಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀ, ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ 1 ಇಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಟೈರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು
ಓಕೆ
ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್
ಸರ್.
ಮಾತ್ರ ಫ್ರೀ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
ಜಸ್ಟ್
ಸರ್.
ಪಬ್ಲಿಸಿಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ AWS ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅಂತ 1 ಇಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಟೈರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಮಗೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಬೆಸ್ಕಾಂ ಬಿಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಬಿಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪೇ
ಓಕೆ.
ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್.
ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ ಡೌಟು? ಪಕ್ಕಾನಾ?
ಹಾಂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ದೀಪಕ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಶೋ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಓಕೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್
Yeah,
ಬಿ.
yeah, it's fine. Best.
ಓಕೆ. Okay, so we could have done in Kannada only, but the thing is, you will not understand, because in IT organization, it is always better that if you are talking in English, that will help everyone. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, then no doubt, then that's it for today. Because if I go further, then you will not understand. So I
Okay.
will share the recording. Please go through. I will share it in the YouTube channel and share it in the group. Okay. Because some
Okay.
people they have not joined. So let them go through. Okay. So initially I will go very slow. Okay. You guys have to pick up, right? So I will go very, very slow. Okay. Fine then.